Hi, welcome back. We started seeing Ansible automation training with hands-on with use cases. Those who joined newly, please go to our channel homepage. Please click join button and give a hand for your Cloud and Load Cancer NGO initiatives. Let's go to the class. Today, we are going to see some of the Ansible automation, right? You can go to Cloud and Load GitHub ID. As I said a couple of times, you can go to Ansible _ automation repository. For today class, you can access it class 33 optimization folder, right? So to do this, you need to have at least Ansible server with 1 or 2 clients. From server, if you ping to the client, you should get a ping pong, right? Let's go and do a ping pong. Yes. So I'm good to proceed. What is the first scenario? Measuring Ansible task execution time. So you have some playbook and you want to ensure or monitor each task, how much time it's taking, right? So to do that, you need to add this settings like callback _ whitelist, enable the timer and profile task. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to, we can check it, the color themes and say white. We are going to say VIM Ansible.cfg under default section. I'm going to add this, right? So the moment we add, right, I'm going to create one playbook, right? VIM httpd.yaml. So going to insert mode, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it. So it's a normal playbook, installing HTTPD, restart the web service and installing VSFTPD, restart VSFTPD service, right? So now Ansible -playbook HTTPD, enter. See here, when you added this profiling, the timer, automatically each task, how much time is taking from start and finish, right? So everything you can get it. So by that information, with that information, you can easily understand each task, how much time, and you can see any things has to be improved. Everything is on the fly. It will be easy for you to go for any fine tuning, right? So let's go and see another scenario. There are a couple of observed bottlenecks, right? One is I have a server, Ansible is push, right? Puppet or pull mechanism, but Ansible is push. I have a client, right? Ansible every time while executing the playbook, it will try to SSH and do it, right? Once SSH established, connection established, it will be closed after some time. But if you have a major environment, this also going to be one of the bottleneck in some of the situation, right? It will eat your performance, right? So what I'm going to do is we are going to create some auto timeout control persist 60. Each connection will stay alive. You need to note down this. You need to, each connection has to stay alive, right? 60 seconds. But if you have a huge server environment, you can fine tune this also, right? So how do you do that? You can create one more section called SSH _ connection. Go to the Ansible.cfg file, and in that you can introduce this section, right? So you are giving the parameters, right? So even the public key, you have any specific, then you can also change this while establishing the connection, what kind of a key file you want, right? This also can be controlled via these settings, right? So now I'm going to execute it. So now what will happen is, even though you are not seeing any difference, but the thing is, it will control your connection established and the connection stay period, right? So even the SSH multiplexing with longer control persist time, you need to be very careful this, because the more you touch this session alive, right? So it will also affect your severe performance issues, right? If you are sleep your notebook PC, wake it again, existing multiplex connection, this connection, right? SSH connection stay will also create, because when you say sleep, the connection will be broken, right? So if you want to have persistent, always has to be open the session, then you need to have some control, right? You need to have some clarity. Most of the environment, if you go with this, even if it is a smaller environment, it's okay. But if you have some requirements, right? Every time you need to contact each and every node from the Ansible server to do some task, then you need to adjust this stay period automatically. It will improve your performance, right? So let's go to further scenario. SSH preferred authentication, right? This is what we told. So in this itself, there is a public key, right? So come down. If you have some different mechanism or some different authentication, then you need to clearly declare here what kind of a key you are going to use it as part of SSH arguments. Because SSH arguments, you need to clearly define this. This also one of the way to improve your connection established every time to the client from the master. Enabling pipelining. So if you want to enable the pipeline, right, you can improve your speed also slowly, right? So what is the parameter to enable the pipelining? Copy this, go to ansible.cfg and enter this parameter under pipelining. The one more question is, how do I know these are all from my reference, right? Mostly there is a clear documentation, or go to ansible.cfg, okay, pipe grep -i, right? Pipe. So you can get all the information about the syntax, everything from this file. This is your global file, right? So but you need to understand which parameter for what purpose. And come down and optimizing facts gathering process. So one of the huge one is, every time when you execute the playbook, say for example, I am going to execute my playbook. Every time when I execute playbook, this is automatically will start collect all the factors, right? So instead of this, suppose if you go to this playbook, I'm not getting any dynamic or factors, right? So there is no need of factors for this playbook. So I can simply disable it. It will say once again, I have 10,000 servers. So I will save huge network uh, bandwidth and the connection wait time, everything. So how do you achieve this? So whenever you create any playbook, if you say globally before task, globally, if you say gather underscore facts is equal to false, automatically it will disable, because you are declaring in the whole file level. So I'm going to open it. Okay, enter and come down. So we are going to copy this. I'm going to say paste it. So we have declared gather underscore facts false. So what is the way to check it? If you need only network, so you can execute this Ansible playbook httpd.yaml. See here, gathering underscore facts is almost green. So let's go and check the other parameter. Gathering facts is one of the huge time consuming. If your playbook is not having any relation to the factors, then I would suggest to not to go for factors. You simply disable it. And I'm going to copy this. Let's check. We are going to open the httpd.yaml. Let's delete all this and paste it. So here in this playbook, we need a network. We need network related factors, virtual network related factors, but not everything, right? So let's go and give this. Let's execute this. Say facts. Now it will be collected only this one, what we are declared network related and virtual related. How do you achieve? So Ansible node 1, right, -m, right, setup. This command will show you the whole facts for each machine. So this is what happening while collecting the facts gathering, right? So come down. So even you can enable the facts. Come down. So you go to ansible.cfg and give this. Already there is a default section. So I'm going to copy this. This also will improve because each and every time it's getting collected, right? So instead of that, you can enable this settings. So I'm going to copy paste. I'm going to, there is a one more settings we need to enable. So the timeout, even the fast catching timeout also, it's mandatory. Otherwise what will happen? It will slowly affect your performance. So the catch, if it is not used, so you need to recycle on a periodic basis. That is why we are giving 7200. So let's go here. So almost 7200 seconds. So I'm going to save this. Come down. You can execute it now. For this environment, this will be in place. Catch enabled. Come down. And there is a fork parameter. So what is mean by fork, right? If you enable fork 50, right, by default Ansible will connect, the fork value will be 5, right? How do you see this? Cat /etc Ansible, ansible.cfg and grep -i fork. So right, so almost all you can find from this global file by default values. If you want to understand what is the default value, this is the way you can go for it. This is the file you can go for it. So by default 5, but what is meant by fork? So at any given point of time, Ansible could run as much as 5 parallel executions. Say for example, node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4, node 5, right? From Ansible server, this is my Ansible server. If I execute the playbook with the host : all, right? So if I have 10 Ansible clients, right? First it will connect this, complete it. Second, it will connect this, complete it. But if you say for 10, so at a time, all 10 missions will be connected. But please be cautious. If you have more servers, if you keep increase the fork, then you need to be aware that all the value of servers, the clients also has to be established. The connection has to be established. So of course you will start see degraded performance. So you need to make sure the equivalent network, equivalent bandwidth, everything is in place. Otherwise, please be very, very cautious while implementing such critical parameters. Come down, go to folks, copy this, VAM Ansible.cg, because this is my this environment configuration file. So let's go here, and I'm saying force equal to 50. That's it. So hereafter, if I execute any playbook, automatically it will connect 5 machine at a time, parallel, right? So you need to, already we have seen polling, right? So please stay tuned. We will come up with more hands-on sessions with use cases. Please support cancer NGO initiatives. Please learn, please fail more on your lab and grow accordingly. If you looking for any specific use cases or specific topic guidance, please feel free to submit in your comments. Thanks for everyone.